Hello, everybody. This is Jacob Vandersteen coming to you with a video where we're going to discuss what it takes to keep going. Now, as an entrepreneur, I have learned a tremendous amount of lessons, and not only lessons, but had failures and successes, and learned what it takes to succeed no matter what your goals are. So in this video, we're going to talk about some of those lessons and how I can impart those to you without the pain and to help you along your journey. So let's get right into it. The first one, we're going to go through three. The first one is to have goals. Now, that sounds simple, but it is the most important force in your life, is to have a goal in a direction of which you are going after or which you're striving. So in a classic book, Think and Grow Rich, it talks about no matter what you ask of life, you will get. And in some senses, over the last 10 years, I've seen glimpses of that when it's everything has come to life. Another tenet of that book is to set enormous goals so that they should be bigger than your whole life, which is important because, again, that's the guiding force for who you become, is the goals that you set for yourself. So the first thing, though, is to set goals. So whether you're watching this video and you want to start working out, well, that's your first goal, is to get healthy. And don't just focus on getting to a certain level of weight, because I and other people who I've communicated with and good friends that I've known, achieving a certain goal, like getting to a number, is only temporary. Whereas if you form a foundation of yourself as somebody who's healthy and who takes the right actions, who enjoys working out, if you start to build that psychology, it's much more powerful for you than just losing 15 pounds and then what is sort of what happens. But of course, there's rewards in hitting that goal. But it's good for you to know that you want to set goals that enforce a positive psychology and a version of yourself that you are happy that you are. So that's the first tip, is to set goals in a way that it supports your psychology with being more positive and supportive and over the long term. Because if you just short term and you go and achieve the goal, you don't want to go up and down. You want to stay consistent, moving forward, and again, living a lifestyle of success. So the second one is just about persistence. So in that, let's say you set a goal and you're going towards it. It's going to take persistence to get there. And then the key is to set smaller sub goals that lead up to those big goals. So within that, you sort of solve for the mind wanting to take breaks or to give up or quit or not see the results. If you have a specific goal, if you want to develop yourself into somebody who is highly in shape, you love working out, well, what does it take to get there? Well, the first thing would be to identify an activity that's active that would help you to build that. So for example, for me, it's basketball. I love playing basketball. Over the course of my life, playing basketball, especially over the last few years, has been very helpful because it's just fun. I go out there, you shoot hoops, and you're not really thinking about how many calories you're burning, versus if you go on a treadmill, right? Your first day in the gym, you show up and you want to go on a treadmill. Well, you're going to be running against those numbers. You could put a towel over them, but if you find something that you truly love to do and enjoy, well, it's just going to make things a lot easier. So finally, the last one in this video is just going to be about risk and reward. So most people that I know don't take action because they think that it would be too risky, even if, for example, there's almost no risk involved in whatever they would be doing. So let's look at it this way. So if you want to go out, just use the same example. You want to go start working out. Well, what is the risk reward of you putting an hour a day into exercise? It's heavily skewed on the reward side. There's light risks. Of course, you could injure yourself doing exercises. So it's good to know and analyze whether maybe it's a bigger thing. Maybe it's you want to get into a different career, or start a business. These are different risk reward equations, but really take the time. I mean, it could be 15 minutes, an hour, or even a set of days where you analyze the risk reward of those decisions, not from an emotional standpoint. Of course, there's emotional ups and downs and positives and negatives, but really just from a logical standpoint, what are you gaining? What are you positioning yourself to gain? And what are you in the position to lose if it didn't go well? And that's been the equation for me over the course of my life that's kept me on the path of entrepreneurship, realizing that you know, if you just keep persisting and moving in the right direction, eventually, and especially if you're going towards goals that are meaningful to you, eventually you're going to achieve them. And then you realize, well, let's set great goals. Let's break it down into little bits, and let's just realize that you have nothing to lose by going for it and finding something that you love to do that rewards you every day. So this was a quick video. There'll be more coming up, and I look forward to seeing you in those.